Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Thursday, March 9, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want to access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. Ole Miss versus Tennessee. The Volunteers certainly come into the SEC tournament with a lot of uncertainty after the loss of Ziegler. In the team's one full game without him, they fell by 9 to Auburn. Even before Ziegler was hurt, Tennessee struggled with consistency down the stretch. That said, this is still a dangerous team that thrives on the defensive end. The Volunteers have one of the best defenses in the country and create turnovers regularly. Even without Ziegler, they can turn defense into offense and create easy baskets. Ole Miss finished with one of the worst defenses in the SEC and will likely find sledding quite difficult against the Volunteers. Despite their sluggish play of late, this is still a team that defeated Alabama, Gonzaga, USC, and Kansas this season. They will not have difficulty with Ole Miss. Take the Volunteers. These offenses are scoring as of late, with the Rebels averaging 73.5 points in their previous 4 games, while the Volunteers are scoring 76.7 points in their last 3 games. In the previous 3 games, these programs have been shooting the 3 ball extremely well, as Tennessee is shooting 39.3% from beyond the arc, while Ole Miss is connecting on 36.1% from 3 in that stretch. All in all, go with the over in this game as well to hit in this game. Northern Illinois versus Kent State. The ability to shoot the 3 is critical to success, and the Huskies rank 133rd in the sport with a 34.9 three-point percentage as a team, while the Golden Flashes are 225th in college basketball with a 33.2 team three-point percentage. The underdog has covered in 5 of the last 6 games against one another, so go with the Northern Illinois Huskies to cover the spread. Our team pick is Northern Illinois Huskies plus 12 points. Northern Illinois has been an up-tempo team this year. Huskies are 79th in adjusted tempo this season out of 363 teams. Kent State has been a more moderate tempo team. The Golden Flashes rank 152nd out of 363 teams in the country in adjusted tempo. Buffalo has struggled on the road all year. The Bulls have also been inconsistent defensively, and they will face a new offense that is shooting a solid 45.9% from the field. This should be a faster-paced and higher-scoring matchup. Take the over. St. Joseph's versus Dayton. St. Joseph's and Dayton have met just once this year, a 76-56 affair that saw the Flyers come away victorious on January 4th. Unfortunately for the Hawks, who have won their first 2 tournament games, I think their run ends here. I feel that playing for a 3rd day in a row may start to wear on St. Joseph's, especially against a Dayton side that just grinds teams down. Dayton brings in the 41st best defense in terms of shooting percentage, hitting 47.2% of their shots. On the other end, they are 7th in the country in defensive shooting, holding the opposition to a 39.2% field goal rate. Ultimately, the fresh Flyers are going to hit their 2-pointers and strangle the Hawks on the defensive end, stretching this lead out to plus 11 points. Our team pick is Dayton Flyers minus 11 points. To put into context just how good Dayton's defense is, only 12 teams in the entire country are holding opponents under 40.0% shooting from the field. The Flyers are 7th, limiting teams to a 39.2% field goal rate. In terms of efficiency, they're giving up just 98.2 points per 100 possessions. On top of that, Dayton plays extremely slow, using just 63.1 possessions per 40 minutes, 349th. The Flyers should lean on their defense in this one and stick to the highly effective shots. I expect them to be in no rush here, keeping this score comfortably under 135.5 points. San Jose State versus Nevada. The Wolfpack have won 6 of their last 9 games. They have played well offensively, scoring more than 71 points per game. They've taken advantage of their opportunities at the charity strip, making 79% of their free throws. They do a good job rebounding the ball, and they're aggressive on the offensive glass, which will give them more scoring chances. They also do a good job protecting the ball, turning it over less than 10 times per game in their last 3 games, and won't give the Spartans a lot of easy scoring opportunities. The Spartans usually play well defensively, but they haven't been as efficient on the road and will have a hard time slowing down the Wolf Pack in this game. The Spartans have won 3 straight games, but they've lost 7 of their last 8 road games. They have struggled offensively on the road, scoring a little more than 65 points per game. They've also struggled at the charity stripe, making less than 70% of their free throws. Their ball movement isn't very good and they don't rebound the ball as well on the road, so don't expect them to get a lot of extra scoring chances against the Wolf Pack. They've also been careless with the ball on the road, which will give the Wolf Pack, who averaged 8 steals per game in their last 3 games, easy scoring opportunities. The Wolf Pack play well defensively and they're essentially playing at home where they are holding opponents under 65 points per game, so expect them to keep San Jose State's offense in check. Go with Nevada to cover the spread. The total went under in both matchups between these 2 conference rivals this season, and that is the pick I'm leaning toward in this game. Both teams have a good defense, and in the 2 meetings this season the Wolfpack did not score big in either game but killed it on D, holding the Spartans to 91 points. Nevada bottled up the leading scorer for SJSU in both matchups, and they will do the same in this game. That means the Spartans will not score big, as their leading scorer is the only one averaging in double digits. San Jose will play solid on the defensive end of the floor, but their offense will not get it done for the 3rd time this season facing Nevada, which is why the under 130.5 points is the pick. Hawaii vs. Cal State Fullerton. There is a slight difference in our direction when looking at Ken Palm's adjusted efficiency margin, as Cal State Fullerton is 117th in college basketball with A+ 4.74 ratings, so Hawaii is 125th in the nation with A+ 3.99 rating thus far. Looking at the defensive output as of late, the Rainbow Warriors are giving up 67.7 points in their last 3 games, while the Titans are allowing 62.4 points in their previous 5 games. All in all, go with the Cal State Fullerton Titans to cover a small spread and win the game outright. Our team pick is Cal State Fullerton Titans plus 1.5 points. These programs have also been aggressive in terms of offensive rebounding, as Cal State Fullerton is averaging 7.7 offensive rebounds per game while Hawaii is grabbing 8.1 offensive rebounds per game thus far. Looking at the offenses in the last 3 games, both teams have been scoring well, as Hawaii is averaging 71.3 points per game while Cal State Fullerton is scoring 75.7 points per game in that span. The over has hit in 6 of the last 7 Rainbow Warriors neutral site games, as well as in the previous 4 Titans games following a straight-up win, so go with over 125.5 points here. Washington State vs. Oregon. The teams have split their 2-game season series, with Oregon picking off a win back at the beginning of conference play, 74-60, on December 1st. The Cougars' win came much more recently on February 19th, 68-65, at home. Despite the results, the Ducks shot extremely well against Washington State this season, 50.4% overall. Oregon has even won the rebounding battle in both games, and both their scoring and shooting have been up over their last 5 games. Twice in the last 3 games the Cougars have made exactly 19 field goals, and the Ducks are averaging 27.6 made field goals in their last 3. Straight up, these teams have alternated wins over the past 5 meetings, which would make this an Oregon game, and they've been lying in wait ready to pounce. Take the Ducks minus 2.5 points. Over their first 2 meetings this season, these two have combined to average 133.5 points per game, with both games going under by less than 2 points each time. The two schools have had a combined 34 of their games go under this season. In their last 5 games, Washington State scored under 70 points 4 times. Over the Ducks' last 6 games, they have scored 73 or less 5 times. Oregon has even shot over 50% against the Cougars this season and has still only averaged 70 points against them. So even if they are shooting great, they can be held down by Washington State's offense. The under is 8-2 in the last 10 meetings between these schools, and is also 4-1 in the Cougars' last 5 games overall. Take the under 135.5 points. Buffalo vs. Akron. Akron has been impressive this year. The Zips were just 4-4 to close the year, but this team still finished the year at 21-10 and 13-5 in the MAC. Buffalo was 3-1 down the stretch of the year, but Akron dominated the Bulls when they played several weeks ago, 86-66. Buffalo has also struggled all year away from home. The Bulls are just 3-9 on the road. Take Akron minus 6.5 points. Akron is holding teams to just 42.5% shooting from the floor, and Buffalo has been solid defensively for most of the year as well. Buffalo has also been playing better recently. The Bulls are 3-1 in their last 4 games. Akron is also 317 out of 363 teams in adjusted tempo, and the better team usually dictates pace on a neutral court. This should also be a slower paced and lower scoring game. Take the under 146.5 points. Penn State versus Illinois. The old saying is that it is tough to beat a team 3 times in one season, but statistics show that is not true. When one team is better or has a specific mismatch to capitalize on, they can win all 3 matchups. Penn State beat Illinois twice this season, both times by at least 10 points, and are getting points here as the underdog. Penn State is the play. The mismatch here is the spacing Penn State creates against the size of Illinois. The Illini have plenty of bigs around the basket in Meyer, Hawkins, and Danger, but size doesn't help when the other team can space you out with shooters. Jalen Pickett averages 7 assists a game by penetrating and finding shooters on the perimeter. Lundy and Funk are the 2 best shooters in the conference based upon amount of made threes. This eliminates the Illini's size advantage on defense. Jalen Pickett has put together an incredible season and will help his team in this one. Take Penn State with the points. Illinois finished the conference season at 11-9, the same as Maryland. Proving that every game matters in the conference season, Maryland beat Illinois earlier this season, which is why Maryland got the double bye, while Illinois has to play in the second round. The Illini are looking for revenge, as Penn State beat them twice this season. In their recent loss, Illinois was led by forward Matthew Meyer with 16 points in the loss to Purdue. Our total pick is over